Hello everyone, wish you a very prosperous 2026. I'm HR Dynamics Digital Reporter. In this episode, I'll spend several minutes highlighting this year's major HR news and sharing practical analysis on how these developments affect daily management and business strategy from an HR perspective. 2025 was a year of visible labor market stress and restructuring. Hong Kong's unemployment rate climbed steadily from 3.4% at the beginning of the year to a peak of 3.9% in September, before stabilizing at 3.8% in November, the highest level in nearly 3 years. What's critical for HR leaders is that this was not a broad-based slowdown. Construction and social services recorded the sharpest increases in unemployment, while finance, professional services, and technology continued to see declining jobless rates. Youth unemployment also reached 8% among those aged 20 to 29, highlighting growing entry-level pressure. For HR teams, this confirms a skills mismatch rather than excess labor. Workforce planning in 2026 must therefore be sector-specific, balancing cautious hiring in legacy industries with aggressive talent retention in growth sectors. For May 1, 2025, Hong Kong's statutory minimum wage increased to 42.10 Hong Kong dollars per hour, representing a 5.25% year-on-year rise. This increase outpaced median wage growth, which rose by only around 3.5%, intensifying wage compression at the lower end of pay scales. For employers with 500 minimum wage staff working 160 hours per month, this translated into an additional 168,000 Hong Kong dollars in monthly payroll costs, or over 2 million Hong Kong dollars annually. Importantly, the government also introduced a formal annual review mechanism, providing greater predictability for future cost planning. HR leaders should now integrate minimum wage scenarios into multi-year budgeting rather than treating them as one-off shocks. Alongside wage increases, MPF-related costs continued to rise. For May 2025, the work-hour recording cap increased to 17,200 Hong Kong dollars, while the maximum MPF contribution remains 1,500 Hong Kong dollars per month per party. Although contribution rates stayed at 5%, the structural complexity increased, requiring payroll teams to carefully distinguish between recording caps and contribution ceilings. With approximately 2.5 million employees covered under MPF, even small calculation errors can create compliance risks. HR teams should use 2026 to stress-test payroll systems and prepare for possible future reforms, including signals of a potential contribution rate increase to 6% in coming years. Talent attraction was a major policy focus in 2025. The government expanded the talent list from 51 to 60 professions, adding 9 new categories including AI specialists, fintech professionals, legal knowledge engineers, ship surveyors, and aircraft maintenance engineers. This expansion significantly shortens visa processing times, as fast as 2 to 3 weeks under priority channels, and gives Hong Kong employers a competitive edge against regional rivals. For HR leaders, this is not just an immigration update. It is a strategic opportunity to rebalance talent pipelines, moderate wage inflation in hard-to-fill roles, and redesign workforce localization and onboarding programs. One of the most underutilized opportunities in 2025 was the Employees Retraining Board reform. Educational attainment restrictions were removed, and ERB services were expanded to cover the entire workforce, not just low-skilled workers. Annual training places increased from around 60,000 to over 75,000, backed by government subsidies of up to 90 to 95% for placement-type programs. In practical terms, reskilling 50 employees could cost an employer only 250,000 Hong Kong dollars, while the government absorbs over 2 million Hong Kong dollars. This reform provides HR teams with a powerful lever to manage restructuring, reduce redundancy costs, and demonstrate long-term commitment to employee development. AI governance became unavoidable in 2025. The Privacy Commissioner issued a mandatory generative AI compliance checklist in March, and by May, audits revealed that 80% of organizations lacked formal AI usage policies. This exposes employers to PDPO fines of up to 1 million Hong Kong dollars, not to mention reputational damage from data breaches. HR departments now play a central role in enforcing AI policies, covering employee training, disciplinary frameworks, and ethical usage standards. In 2026, AI governance will no longer be an IT issue. It is firmly an HR and risk management responsibility. A landmark change took effect on May 1, 2025 with the abolition of MPF offsetting. Employers must now pay all post-transition severance and long service payments in cash, while only pre-transition portions remain offsettable. For a typical organization of 1,000 employees, this can increase annual cash outflows from 5 million Hong Kong dollars to over 60 million Hong Kong dollars, a 233% rise. This fundamentally changes termination cost planning and balance sheet provisioning. HR leaders must now work closely with finance teams to forecast liabilities, update payroll systems, and communicate transparently with employees. Looking ahead, the 468 rule, effective January 18, 2026, replaces the long-standing 418 rule. Employees now qualify for continuous contracts if they work 68 hours over 4 weeks, regardless of weekly distribution. This reform is expected to bring 45,000 to 60,000 part-time workers into statutory protection, especially in retail, hospitality, logistics, and gig work. Employers should anticipate higher benefit costs and invest early in payroll and scheduling system upgrades. Finally, structural workforce challenges persist. Hong Kong's female labor force participation rate remains at only 48%, compared with over 60% in regional peers, while the gender wage gap continues at 20 to 30%. For HR leaders, this is not just a social issue, it is a talent shortage problem. Organizations that invest in flexible work, caregiving support, and return-to-work programs will gain a measurable competitive advantage in 2026 and beyond. HR Dynamics is a professional human resources company. In addition to offering recruitment, headhunting, training, and a variety of HR management programs for companies, we also provide career planning services for working professionals to enhance workplace competitiveness. If you need our services or would like a written report of this week's analysis, please email dc@hrdhk.com. Thank you for watching. Wishing you all the best, stable business growth, and a happy, safe employees. Lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share.